So I've never been the best at makeup of any kind. Even after practicing it, I mostly just get eyeliner in my eyes and make myself cry a lot. That being said, something I really do like to do a lot is paint my nails. Now, I actually had an interview today, so I painted these this morning to get ready for that interview. They're very simple, black, and this one's like an auburn with gold flakes. Then these are auburn with black and one nail with gold flakes. And they're a matte finish to look fancy. Now the problem is they were mostly dry as I was getting ready to leave, but I managed to smash my finger in the door and I ruined one nail completely. And I can't function if the nails don't match the rest. I don't know what it is, but something in my brain just will not let me act like a normal person if there's something off about my nails. If one's chipped, all of the polish has to come off. If I break a nail, all of them gotta go short now. It's not like I'm looking for perfection, it's just like I have an itch that I can't scratch in my brain if one of them is different than the rest. Obviously, like I don't mind if they're different colors, but like if one of them's chipped or if one of them breaks or something, I feel like a worm is eating my brain. So, since I was already leaving, I just left it for the interview, but now that the interview is over and I'm back at home, if I do not repaint my nails, I might have an aneurysm. Now these nails aren't really like super fashionable or sophisticated or anything, but they are definitely the most sophisticated that I normally do. I normally like to have my nails be super fun. All different colors, all different shades of colors, and random orders with random toppers, with random bases to see what'll happen. And because I like having all these random colors and designs and patterns on my nails, I often will randomize my nail design for that week or day or however long my nail polish ends up lasting. But I decided it might be fun to turn it into a video. So basically, I'm gonna do the same thing I normally do. I'm just gonna make a video out of it. Now normally when I do a random nail pick, I'll go on my shelf and just close my eyes and just like grab a nail polish and then create a design or color story around that nail polish. But I figured it would be more fun to do a wheel. So for every step in my process that I would normally just decide by myself, we're gonna be spinning a wheel. You know, make this video more YouTube friendly. So the very first thing our wheel is gonna decide for us is actually gonna be our base. We have options of a peel-off base coat, a long-lasting base coat, which unfortunately is what's under this, or some fake nails that I will just paint on top of. Let's give the wheel a spin. Alrighty, so these are going to get a long-lasting base coat. Now my nails actually, no matter how many times I paint them, they don't hold on to nail polish very well. That's why they chip so easily. So even with the long-lasting base coat, this probably isn't going to last more than a few days. But basically this was mainly to decide whether or not I was going to do them on my actual nails or on my fake nails. Since we're doing them on my actual nails, I won't need an undercoat because my fake nails are clear, so you can see through the first few layers of any color I put on them, so I normally put on an undercolor of something close to my own skin tone. But since we're not doing these, we don't need that. Which means we can go right into the number of colors I want to use. So I have 5 different options for numbers of colors that we're going to use. For example, a 2-color manicure would look something like this. Black with one auburn, auburn with one black. Really, black and auburn are the only colors I used, so that would be a 2-color nail set. 10 would be each finger is a different color. For 3, it would be something similar where my ring finger is like the accent nail and then the other ones have a pattern to them. 1 would be all the nails are the same color. And our wheel has decided that we're gonna do 10 different colors, which is great. That's my favorite thing to do. Since we're going to use 10 different colors, we have 3 different options. We could have just the color picker pick random colors in no specific order. We could do a rainbow or an attempt at a rainbow because I have more than 7 fingers. Or we could do, like I was saying earlier, where we do a gradient from the lightest to darkest in all one color family. The wheel seems to be very like-minded to me because it also picked a gradient, which is great fun. Alright, so now we gotta pick colors. So I have just like some general color themes, just like a color, like red, then it would be from the lightest red to the darkest red, but I also have something called fire, something called water. Fire would incorporate like whites and reds and oranges to make like a fire looking scape, and then the water would be blues and greens to make like a watery looking scene. I'm gonna spin the wheel twice so we can figure out which 2 of these we're gonna do. Alrighty, we have a red. Reds are really hard because a lot of nail polishes are pretty much the same shade of red, so we might have to incorporate some pinks, but we will try not to. Red, and let's go ahead and take red off and see what our other one is. Red and yellow, interesting. Same kind of thing with yellow. Yellow is a weird color for nail polish specifically. We might have to incorporate some oranges / reds and greens. No matter what type of nail art I'm doing, I always like to do an accent nail. So even with these gradient type nail arts, I really like to pick this nail specifically and do something different or special or more with it. So we can either put a topper on our accent nail, which would be the gold flakies that I have on these nails, or we can just use a specialty polish while the rest of them are just regular crems, so something with glitters or hollows or a shifting type polish or something special about the polish itself. Or we can do opposite, so I can take the yellow from this hand and put it on the red hand and vice versa. So let's see what the wheel decides. Okay, so our accent nail is going to be a specialty polish. So since our accent nail is not going to have a topper on it, we can go ahead and add toppers to the whole manicure without it messing something else up. So these are all the different toppers I have, and I have none included on there as an option. So the crims would just stay crims, and our specialty polish would just be our specialty polish. We're gonna add a reflective topper to these. A reflective topper is like, it has these teeny tiny little glitters in it that react the same way a stop sign reacts in the dark. Like, it's very bright and reflective in that directional nature. It's a really cool product. I really like it a lot, and it will look good over specialty polishes, so the wheel picked a good one. Now, the last thing that the wheel could possibly choose is a matte or a glossy finish. Since we're using the reflective topper, I've never put that underneath a matte topper before, and I don't know if it would work, so we're just gonna ignore that and just do a glossy topper because I know the reflective topper works with the glossy topper. But now I gotta go get the polishes. Alrighty, so I've got all my colors. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna have to use some pinks for a red manicure because light red is just pink. For yellows, I did manage to find all yellow polishes in a variety of shades. The problem is I had to use one extra polish that was like kind of special. It's technically a gold polish, which means it's more reflective and like shiny and metallic than just a normal creme. It is the best I could do, however, and no one's gonna care except for me. So, but now all I have to do is take off my old polish and then start on my new manicure. I'm not gonna film me actually painting my nails. I might talk about the polishes I'm using, and I will definitely show you guys end results. I'll definitely show end results, but it takes so long to dry in between coats. It takes about 20 minutes for it to properly dry between coats. Because if you don't let it properly dry, then anytime you hit anything, you damage a nail, and then less than 24 hours later, you're repainting your nails again. Also, I'm not sponsored. You might notice that I like one brand a lot, but again, I am not sponsored. I just like certain nail polishes more than other nail polishes. But I will update you all when I'm done painting my nails, and it will be much, much darker because it'll be probably the middle of the night by then.
2 hours later.
Hello. It is dark now outside. This was full of wine, and now it is empty. So the nails are done. On my left hand we have a variety of shades of red and one pink, and on my right hand we have a variety of shades of yellow. Kind of. The yellow one didn't turn out so well. It's really hard to find varying shades of yellow in nail polish to begin with. The specialty polish I used on the accent nail didn't quite fit in with the variations of color that I was using. And then of course on my thumb, the lightest yellow that I had was in fact a gold, so it is technically a specialty polish, so it doesn't exactly follow the rules. I'm not exactly mad at these nails. I'm not a fan of the yellow. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of these yellow polishes, and I think 3 of them, specifically the 3 crims together, are not bad, but then the other 2 just like don't really fit in with the rest of them. The red one I think is pretty good, especially because I have this like perfect in between pink and red color that blends so nicely between them. And also our reflective topper makes them a little bit more interesting without making the crims look like a specialty polish. For the hand that's red on my pinky, I have a polish that I actually got for free. It says number 18 and Sundays on it. I don't know which one's the brand and which one's the color, but it is the darkest red that I have, so I always use it at the end of a color gradient like this. My accent nail on this hand, which is our specialty polish, I have Holo Taco's Naughty List. It's got glitter, it's got hollow glitters and also colorful glitters, so it makes a really good accent nail. It's also a very deep red, but not as deep as my other red, so it works really great for this kind of style. So the middle fingernail is Fresh Paint in Burning Flame. This comes from the dollar store. It's not a great polish, but I really like the color. It's like red. And also I'm just trying to like use up as much dollar store polish as I can, trying to basically get rid of all my old stuff so that I have room for new polishes. So I use this one instead of like a better polish that's a similar color. On the pointer finger, which is our in-between shade between the reds and the pink, We have Holo Taco. The floor is guava. This is a great color because it is really a mixture of pink and red. I sort my nail polishes by color and I don't really know where to put this one a lot of the time because it is such an in-between shade, and like I said, it works really well going from the red to the pink. It's a cohesive story using this color. And then on my thumb we have Insta-Dri Sally Hansen Peeps Pink. This was a limited edition polish that my friend got for me. My friend knows I really like nail polish and that I collect nail polish, so she really likes to get me rare or limited edition polishes. She gave me a whole Pride collection one year. It was really amazing. She even got them in my correct flags, which was so cool because I had like just come out to her and she did her own research of finding the correct flags. But now we're gonna move on to the yellow nail. On my thumb I have Essie's Good as Gold in this teeny tiny little bottle. I love these teeny tiny little bottles. Like I said, it is kind of a metallic polish, so it is kind of a specialty polish, but it is the lightest yellow I had. It is extremely opaque in one coat, but it is also very thin, so it flakes super easy. For the pointer finger on my yellow hand, I have Holo Taco's Banana Hacks. This one has very recently been discontinued. It's just a nice pale yellow. And like I said, the 3 crims that I used on this hand I think work really well, but then the 2 specialty polishes don't exactly fit in. The middle nail on this hand is Wet n Wild in the shade Dope, because it's supposed to look like The Simpsons, I guess. But I've actually had this polish for a really long time, and I've used it a lot, especially in the fall. I like to pair this with like a really dark purple or a really dark red. I think that looks really nice together, so I've had this one for a long time and I use it a lot. It's a nice middle of the road yellow for the very few people that wear yellow nail polish, I guess. Now our accent nail on this hand, so our specialty polish, is going to be Holo Taco's Gold Play Button. This is a really nice polish, but again, it just doesn't fit in tone with the rest of the yellows that I have going on my hand. It is, however, the only yellow specialty polish that was similar in style to the red one. Naughty List has the big chunky glitters, and this one also has the big chunky glitters. I have plenty of yellows that are like a linear polish, so they wouldn't look the same as the red. They wouldn't match, basically, and I wanted them to match, so I had to use this yellow, which doesn't exactly fit with the color story. And that just leaves the pinky, which is again going to be Holo Taco, this time in the color Butterscotch Hop. This is one of my favorite colors because it's so different than most nail polishes. Most nail polishes are red or pink or purple, and this is almost like a golden yellow, like a marigold color. And it fits in really well at the end of our color story if we ignore the ring finger. Again, every single nail is topped with Reflective Taco from Holo Taco. Again, the specialty topper that just makes them extra shiny, gives them a shift in the light, super cool. When you look at it, it looks like the glitters are moving. It's really interesting. This is one of my favorite toppers I think I've ever had because you can even add it to our specialty polishes and still get something new and fancy. As stated earlier in the video, because I'm not 100% sure how Reflective Taco would work with a matte top coat, I just went with a glossy top coat. And plus it's quick drying, so I can actually move around my house without accidentally smashing my fingers into anything and having to redo this yet again. This was just a little bit of a quick video that I wanted to do for you guys. I was basically just filming something I was going to do anyways, and then adding a spinning wheel for fun. I already said that it takes about 20 minutes in between each layer to dry for it to not get smashed, and I was a little bit in a rush this morning because I had my interview and I was trying to get out the door. But normally whenever I paint my nails, I normally do one coat, then set a 20-minute timer and work on something else. For example, currently in the middle of writing a book, so I will set a 20-minute timer, write for those 20 minutes, and then add my next layer, go back to writing. This is a very useful tactic for writing also. Breaking your writing up into small word sprints is a very effective way of getting a lot of words very fastly because you're anticipating the break coming up, and it can make you feel a little bit less hopeless in your writing, and breaking it down into smaller chunks will always be helpful, at least in my opinion. But that is all I have for today. I hope this was interesting to someone, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.